Look out for there, buddy. I'm going to be here a while with this little 3/8 end mill, aren't I? It feels good, it sounds good. I think that's a good mix of spindle speed and feed rate. There are shavings everywhere. Everywhere. I got in an order of steel. Cutting it up, making it into a whole bunch of parts. But the stuff that I don't need immediately, I've been trying to put up on the wall. I've been making these little hangers, not the gray one there, but the flat iron one up there. And I'm getting tired of doing those by hand in my hand pump hydraulic press. So I want to make a die. This die has been on my list for a very long time to make those bends. And we'll start doing that under live hydraulic power instead. Make things go a little faster for me. And not only am I making these hangers at the moment, but something I do a lot of is make these little pieces. These are for latches for corral gates. This gets welded onto the upright metal post. And when the spring part of it comes over, it goes up this ramp and pops in here. So when I go to making these, I get really tired because I could make, you know, a dozen of these in one shot for corrals really easy. So I'd really like to bend these under live hydraulic power too. So let's spend a couple of minutes here talking about my ideas I had for the dies. So I need to make a couple of these dies, but I want to invert it because this piece here, when it gets folded up, actually hits up here on the frame. I don't like that. And sometimes I want to bend longer pieces or whatever, so I'd like to have the die down here so it gets pushed out and around this way. And that means this top die will have to come down on it, and this thing will move. And for making this die, I thought about just welding a rod onto this piece of flat iron here. I thought that'd be a pretty good way of doing it. But now that I have my mill, my options have been opened up for me. So I was actually going to use a piece of shaft and machine it out of there. But then I got to thinking about it, and I thought I could almost make a double die out of this by using the square chunk, because I could take a little bit off of this side here and this side here to get my 30-degree bend that I need for this, and leave this side as a 90 for I want to do 90-degree bends, because, you know, 90 is a pretty common thing to bend, right? I also like the size of the square stock too, because bending around it, you know, I could bend a triangle or square or something around this piece pretty easy, which I'll show you once we get it all put together there. And the top die that comes down and pushes this flat bar around, I still haven't 100% figured out yet what I'm doing with that. I made a couple sketches, played around here with some strap iron and bar stock and plates, and it all falls down. And I about got the design in my head of how I want to go with that, but I'm still not 100% sure. So I'm going to go ahead and make this, and I can mull that part over in my brain for a while. We'll cut this off, and then we'll meet you at the mill. Yep, that's right. I finally got a mill. This is just amazing. I am so tickled to finally have this thing. And I've made a bucket full of chips already. Well, there's a few other odds and ends in there, but yep, that's pretty much chips all from the mill. And I got a pile laying over there on the floor I got to clean up yet too. I'm still working on the lighting around this mill. I haven't quite figured out where to put the lights. And also I get really bad glare off the table, so it makes the camera shut down, even though it's bright over here. I mean, you can see, you know, the work light's shining here. And it's pretty good, but like if I aim down at the table, Well, actually doesn't seem to be doing it right now, but sometime there. I guess if I go that direction, I don't know. As you can tell, depending on where I put the camera, it really shuts down sometimes, so a little tricky. Alright, now I'm going to put this thing at 45 degree. I'll probably break down this little angle stop I got set up here and just set it in the groove of the table here, the T-slot, you know what I'm saying? I think I'll do that to keep it at 45 because I need to machine flats here where I'm going to drill through it. Well, actually that doesn't work either because if I drill through it, I can't drill through where the T-slots are at, so... Alright, I don't know. I gotta figure out how I'm going to set this up. This is what I ended up doing for fixturing. Apparently the duckies are happy. Hope you can hear them. I played around with lots of things to hold this stock in at a 45 degree angle like this, and I just couldn't come up with anything that was sturdy. So I finally just set the die for the press in there, set the metal in there, and clamped it down. It seems to be good. We will know when I go make my first cut here. There we go. Call that 0. Really close though. I'm gonna leave it. Okay, 2532. 2532 is what I'm getting for that side. And this side is, oh, got chips on it. 2534. I'm within 2 thousandths. And yeah, that's beyond close enough for me for this project. Take pink with that. Woo! Man, I love DRO. You're going to hear me say that a lot, but I am just blown away by DRO. I think I'm in place over here. Let's drill our first hole. And I think instead of drilling this hole, switching tools and going to the larger size, I think I'm actually going to drill this hole, go over to the other side, drill that hole, then switch tools and then come back. With DRO, I feel like that's a little bit faster. I'm not sure I'm liking the way that bit is sharpened. Alright, touched up a little bit. We'll see if it cuts better now. Oh yeah, that's much better. Whew, okay. And I know people are going to ask me, why are you using WD-40 instead of real cutting oil? Well, the biggest reason is fumes. In the small garage, WD-40 doesn't smoke it up in here like cutting oil does. Also, I like the cleanup a whole lot better. It's more like cutting fluid, you know, a coolant, like on a CNC machine. That's kind of what I think of WD-40 as. Zero that thing out instead of 881. mistake. 7.936. 998, 999.8 on the nose. Let's see what that's at. Alright. That went pretty good. I got brave that time and used the power feed quite a bit. I wouldn't run it too long, but power feed down a ways, disengage it, run it back out, clear all the chips and go again. So a lot easier than pulling on the levers. Alright, now I'm going to run the head up and just switch to the big drill bit, I think. I don't think I'm going to go any sizes in between. So, up to daisy and switchy. Break up there, buddy. Well, I had to change end mills. I crashed the other one. Oh, yep. Well, that's the learning curve for you, right? Not everything goes as planned. So now that I got it out of there, let's see if I can measure a little more accurately. Probably should get a micrometer. I don't know if I have a micrometer that size anymore. It's showing 2130. I haven't deburred it yet either. 125. Okay. Close enough for a press die. Oh yeah, we were shooting for 5 inches on this length here, and I want to see how close that is. There again, still got the burrs on it. Let's see how many we're in the ballpark here. Thousandths over right there. Yeah, I'm gonna call that good. So what I'm gonna do is actually try to cut in and then maybe see if I can put a toe clamp here and clamp down right here over this area. I'm afraid it's going to rock just a little bit yet because I kind of got all the pressure this way and there's really nothing that way. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. I put a little 3/8 in there, brand new, straight out of the package. We are cutting like butter. So I've been playing around a little bit, got me a flat spot in there. Yep, that's going to work. I'd like to use power feed as much as possible. That's not too bad. I think I'll go a little faster. I'm going to be here a while with this little 3/8 end mill, aren't I? I've been hee-hawing around, sawing back and forth on this thing for quite a while. It's going very, very slow with 3/8 bit. Well, end mill. So I'm going to be brave and switch back to the big end mill and see if I can crash this thing again. It really feels like it's sturdy now that I'm on these flats like this, hogging out in between. Alright, let's flip this thing over. If you're observant, you might notice that I switched from a 3/8 to a 1/2 inch end mill. That's because I broke my 3/8. I was traversing, come back here to this end to start over again, and whacked it right into the toe clamp and broke it right off. Well, that's the joy of learning machines, right? You get to break end mills when you get a new milling machine. But when I switched to the 1/2 inch, it sucked down just a little bit on my pass here. If you can see a little trail left. And I thought about going back with this big one. Matter of fact, I actually went down here with the big one. But I'm already past where I want to be. See, I'm cutting into that hole there. Cutting in the hole there. I don't want to go down any further. So we're just going to have to leave that little snail trail through there, I guess. Well, I was thinking, I should have actually built this piece this way. So, you know, I could have used the side of the end mill. And I'm actually really tempted to set this up and go back over this side and get rid of that nasty mark where the end mill sucked down on me. I don't like looking at that. You know, and this is something customers are going to see too, so, you know, I don't want to show them my crappy work and say, yeah, I settled for that, so. I got a hole right there and a hole over here yet, but I'm not going to go that much deeper. Those are really deep, actually. I'm going to take off way too much material trying to get them out. But so, yeah, I'm going to quit there. So now that I've taken more off of that side, I'm actually turning around and take some off of this side too to get them to match better, because this side is actually sticking out. You know, it's wider now. I haven't removed as much material. Hope that makes sense. This is actually working really well. I should have set it up like this to begin with to remove that whole side. That would have worked awesome. Yeah, whatever. That's what experience is all about, right? All right, got her flipped over. We'll try this side. Get some nice chips. I don't really see any small dust coming off there. It looks like good sized slivers, so it feels good. It sounds good. I think that's a good mix of spindle speed and feed rate. I'm motoring through it pretty quick, really. I'm happy with that. Well, that's the side that had the snail trail in it. And I don't know quite what I did out here on the end, but I goofed up a little bit there. Must have gouged it or something when I switched directions, or I don't know. I don't know. That's hardly noticeable. It really is. The camera probably looks glaring, but... And this is the second side we did. All except for my stupid little run in there. I think that looks amazing. I'm tongue-tied. I'm so happy with it. That is awesome. I love it. A little bit of a burr in that one. Perfect. So that'll sit on there. Now I gotta figure out how to make this part up here. Okay. Well, that part of the die is done. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here because there's a lot of footage. I've got a lot of footage for this. So if you want to see the building of the other die that goes over it, then that'll be here in the end screen. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and yeah, to understand what this thing does, you'll have to watch part 2, I guess.